Looks like the Na'vi are catching some waves in a new Avatar Fire and Ash image. And yeah, it totally looks like they're surfing. So let's break down what's going on here, why this is happening, and whether surfing is actually becoming a thing for the Na'vi. Plus, we've got a few other cool details about the upcoming movie to dig into. So let's dive right in. It looks like the Na'vi are getting into surfing now, or at least that's what a brand new still from Avatar Fire and Ash is teasing. Not long after Disney lit up CinemaCon with some exclusive footage from the movie, Empire magazine dropped this stunning image that shows Lo'ak riding the waves on the back of Payakan, his Tulkun buddy. If you remember from Avatar The Way of Water, these two developed a pretty close bond, so it's really cool to see them back in action together. Now, this scene probably happens early on in the movie, possibly before Jake Sully and his family leave the Metkayina clan. It seems like this is just a moment of calm, maybe even a little fun, before things get heavy again. What's not clear just yet is why they leave. Is Colonel Quaritch back on their trail? Or maybe this time it's their choice, and they're heading out to explore more of Pandora. Either way, it sets the stage for the Sully family to meet the Ash people, which is where things are bound to get intense. Speaking of which, Avatar Fire and Ash is officially set to hit theaters on December 19th this year, and it's shaping up to be a major emotional roller coaster. Jake, Neytiri, and the rest of the Sully clan are still dealing with the devastating loss of their son Netayam from the last movie. That grief drives them to the territory of the Ash people, a completely different tribe on Pandora led by a new character named Varang, played by Oona Chaplin. Unlike the forest-dwelling Omaticaya or the water-based Metkayina, the Ash people have survived through fire and hardship, and they're bringing a whole new energy to the world of Avatar. And it's not just new faces showing up, there are some familiar names making a return too. Sigourney Weaver is back, and she'll be doing double duty, reprising her role as the young Kiri and also popping up as Dr. Grace Augustine, likely in flashbacks. We're also getting Harry Potter star David Thewlis, who's playing a character named Palak, plus the return of Edie Falco, Giovanni Ribisi, and Joel David Moore. So the cast is stacked. If you're wondering how the previous Avatar films have done in terms of awards, here's a quick recap. The first Avatar, which came out back in 2009, won 3 Academy Awards: Best Cinematography, Best Visual Effects, and Best Art Direction. It was nominated for a total of 9, though it missed out on some of the big ones like Best Picture and Best Director. The Way of Water didn't do quite as well. It only took home the Oscar for Best Visual Effects, even though it was nominated in 3 other categories, including Best Picture. That said, expectations are still sky high for Fire and Ash. At CinemaCon, Disney gave fans a sneak peek with a 4-minute exclusive clip, and it gave us our first look at the Ash People's village and a much darker side of Pandora. While the earlier Avatar films are known for their lush colors and dreamy visuals, this one seems to be dipping into more gritty, smoke-filled terrain. Think volcanic ash clouds, charred landscapes, and battle-scarred environments. It's still visually stunning, but in a more intense and haunting way. In the preview footage, we're flying with the Na'vi over Pandora's breathtaking terrain, and everything seems peaceful until raiders show up. Suddenly, the calm is shattered as Jake and his people are ambushed. Arrows fly, chaos erupts, and we see the stakes start to rise immediately. Then the scene shifts, showing the harsh, ashen plains of the Ash People's territory. Smoke pours from volcanoes, and the atmosphere feels heavy. It's clear this part of Pandora has seen some serious turmoil, which adds a whole new layer of depth to the world building. Director James Cameron has been diving deep into character work for this film, and in a recent interview, he talked about how he approaches writing flawed, even unlikable characters. He brought up Jake Sully as an example, saying he actually wanted people to question Jake's decisions at times, because that's what makes him feel real. Cameron even joked that he was aiming to make him an asshole. It's a bold move, but it definitely adds complexity to the story. And get this, Cameron screened an early cut of Fire and Ash for his wife, Susie Amos Cameron. Her reaction? She cried for 4 hours straight. No kidding. Cameron said she couldn't even give him proper feedback because she kept tearing up. He eventually had to tell her, "Honey, I've got to go to bed," because she just couldn't stop crying. That kind of reaction suggests this movie is going to hit hard emotionally. It's unclear what exactly moved her so deeply. Was it another heartbreaking character death, or just the sheer beauty and emotional weight of the story? Cameron didn't say, but he trusts her instincts. She apparently predicted the success of Titanic, the first Avatar, and The Way of Water, so if she's overwhelmed, there's a good chance audiences will be too. Now, beyond the emotion and visual spectacle, there's another big question. How will Fire and Ash perform at the box office? Let's just say the bar is sky high. The original Avatar pulled in a jaw-dropping $2.9 billion, making it the highest-grossing movie of all time. The Way of Water wasn't far behind at $2.3 billion, and it topped the box office in its release year. The only film sitting between them is Avengers Endgame at $2.7 billion. If Fire and Ash can land even close to those numbers, it'll keep up the franchise's reputation for absolute box office domination. And considering James Cameron's track record, not just with box office hits, but with emotionally gripping films like Titanic and Terminator 2, there's no reason to doubt him. The man knows how to make people cry. From Jack and Rose's tragic goodbye to the heartbreaking lava thumbs up from the T-800, Cameron doesn't hold back. And based on everything we've seen and heard, Avatar 3 might be his most emotional movie yet. So get ready, because we're probably going to need tissues. On the technical side of things, Cameron has also revealed that Fire and Ash will have a longer runtime than The Way of Water, which was already over 3 hours long. Yep, he's not cutting corners, but he's defended these lengthy runtimes, saying they're necessary to do justice to the world building and character arcs. Originally, The Way of Water and Fire and Ash were supposed to be one movie, but he realized there just wasn't enough time to explore everything in one go. So he split them up, which gave him more room to dive into the characters' journeys and build out new parts of Pandora. And honestly, with so much emotional ground to cover, grief, family dynamics, cultural shifts, and new allies or enemies, it makes sense. Cameron isn't just making sci-fi action blockbusters, he's building a multi-generational epic with layers of storytelling and visual depth that you rarely see in Hollywood today. If Cameron's wife bawled for 4 hours straight, maybe we should all brace ourselves. Because if there's one thing we've learned from these films, it's that Avatar doesn't just look beautiful, it hits you right in the feels too. And that's that for today's video. Thank you so much for watching today, and we will see you in the next one.